So Annie has asked me, how do I get my dog to play fetch? I get asked this surprisingly often, but before we get into the how do we do that, let me first ask you, why exactly is it that you want your dog to play fetch in the first place? Is it because he has developed a recent fear of his ball? Maybe he used to love playing with his ball. Maybe he used to love chasing his ball, and a bad experience has caused him to stop doing that. If this is the case, there is plenty we can do for your dog. We can put together a plan that builds confidence, helps your dog break down the fear. We can do that in a gentle and trauma-informed way so that eventually we can bring their joy back and they can go back to that love of playing with their ball that they used to have before whatever bad experiences was changed all that for you. If that's not it, is it because you keep losing your tennis balls and you would just like your dog to assist you and go and gather them all up for you? If that's true, then great, we can put together a plan. We can break the task down into bite-sized chunks using a reward-based system. Probably we'll introduce a clicker or some kind of marker word. We'll use some scent work techniques as well. And then we'll put all of that together so that they will be able to go and search and find and rescue all your balls for you so that you don't have to lose your balls. Or is it because you think that they're supposed to enjoy chasing a ball? Maybe you watch other dogs chasing balls in the park. They look like they're having a great time running around, and you feel like you would love that for your dog. Maybe your dog doesn't play much anymore, or maybe you've had a dog in the past that loved chasing a ball and you have some great memories of it. If that's the case, then I'm afraid I might have some bad news for you. So most times you can teach your dog to fetch a ball. In those other examples, we found ways to do it as a sort of a job, or to regain some joy that was there in the past. But we can't teach your dog to love chasing a ball. If there was any hope at all that your dog would love chasing his ball, they would already be showing some kind of desire or interest in that. We can teach dogs to follow cues, even complex ones, like guide dogs and assistance dogs can do this at an incredible level. But this is just a job that they love. This is not a game like it is for those other dogs in the park or the dog that you had maybe as a child or in the past. Like us, dogs all have different ways of relaxing and have fun. So if your dog loves shredding toys, that is their joy. Sorry. Maybe they like to wrestle with other dogs. Perhaps they don't even care about toys. Maybe they just prefer to follow scent trails in the park or lick and chew at a lick mat or something tasty that you've got them from the shop. If that's their joy, then that's the kind of stuff that they're always going to gravitate to. And those are the kinds of toys and games really you should be trying to introduce to your dog and letting them play more often. Of course, maybe you don't know what kind of toys and games your dog loves to play. Maybe they're a rescue dog, maybe they're a new puppy. There's lots of reasons why you might not know. And perhaps maybe your dog has gone through some life changes and you're trying to rediscover what your dog's loves are again. Dogs' loves change as their needs change. So a rescue dog might not like to play at all when they first move into a home, but give it a few months and they might just adore it. So our dogs can change, their life stages change, their ages change, stuff happens. So really, this is something that anybody can do with their dog to really get to know the kind of stuff that really makes them tick and really makes them excited. So free play is where you get a bunch of different objects, different kinds of toys, different kinds of things, and you'll put them all out for your dog. So you're looking for things that they can chase, things that they could punch with a paw, kick, climb on, climb under, sniff, things that make sounds, things that have movement, things they can chew or eat, stuff they can shred. A whole variety of different kinds of experiences that they could have, different ways of playing, different ways of interacting. Think as far out of the box as you can. And you're just going to set all these items out in front of your dog and you're going to just watch. Don't interfere unless you think your dog might hurt themselves. We often teach our dogs or try to suppress behaviours, for example, like chewing and licking. So it might take a little while, if those are your dog's favourite kinds of behaviours, for them to relax enough to start doing them. But your only job during this session is just to sit, watch, enjoy, take notes, really just notice what sort of things does your dog gravitate to? What do they like to do? Do they like to pick things up? Do they like to sniff them, nudge them? You know, what kind of interaction styles do they have? This might take a while, so set aside plenty of time to allow your dog to really relax in this environment, really feel that there's nothing they can do that's wrong. And you can keep on repeating this. As I said, as dogs go through life stages, things keep changing. So every few months, especially if you've got a dog that's gone from being a puppy into a teenager, or a teenager into an adult, or a dog that's recovered from illness, or a dog that has been a rescue dog, then you might want to do these quite frequently and see what happens and see what's changing. So once you get to see the kind of stuff that your dog really loves, then you can start to really include that into their daily routine. Whatever it is, find a way to make it safe for them and they can have this kind of outlet. Not only is it really going to be their joy, but any kind of stress or frustration build up, this is going to be the best way to relieve it as well. So finding out where their joy really is going to help you and your dog in a whole ton of different ways. So it's well worth doing. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your dog's joy is in the comments. Maybe people watching this can get some ideas from seeing what you like to do or what your dog likes to do. I'll see you next video. Take care for now. Bye-bye.